Once again has the pleasure of returning to Madison Square Garden on Monday night, January 16. Scheduled to compete on the pro wrestling card, we'll take a look at a most unusual match, a six-man tag team match. The best 2 out of 3 falls with a 1-hour time limit. In the six-man tag team match, the threesome of Pat Patterson, Tony Garea, and Rick Martel will get together to oppose Rex and King, the Moondogs, along with the manager of the Moondogs, donning the tight. It's Captain Louis Albano. From there, ladies and gentlemen, among the many other matches, Pedro Morales graces a squared circle of Madison Square Garden. He'll be defending the Intercontinental title against the #1 contender, Sergeant Slaughter. And then, the bad man from Borger, Texas, the #1 wrestler as far as Fred Blassie is concerned in the whole land. It's Stan Hansen will square off against the World Wrestling Federation champion, Bob Backlund. Our guest now, Bob Backlund, as he prepares for this upcoming title opportunity, really, for Stan Hansen. And you can bet that he'll do anything and everything possible to take that championship.
Yeah, Vince, I realize that, you know, and he says he's quicker than I am. He says he's stronger than I am. He says he knows more about wrestling than I do. He says he's badder than I am. He says he's the worst man in the world. He says he's got the worst hold in the world. Well, he's got a lot of those things, and that sounds like he's got a lot of things going for himself, Vince. So you got to give him maybe a little bit of the edge, and I'm probably going to be a little bit of the underdog if he's got all them things going for him. What it boils down to is when we get into that ring in Madison Square Garden, we're going to find out who's got the most strength. We're going to find out who's got the most desire. We're going to find out who's got the most will to win. We're going to find out who's got the baddest hold in professional wrestling, and we're going to find out one important thing. This is the most important thing. We're going to find out who's going to walk out of that ring with the World Wrestling Federation belt around his waist. It's going to be the man that's standing up on his feet. I pray to God that's me.
Bob Backlund, the World Wrestling Federation title holder, preparing for his title defense against Stan Hansen. Our guest now, the bad man from Borger, Texas.
Get out of here! Get him out! I can't stand the smell of him! Watch your tights! Do something, Backlund! But get ready, Jack. Get ready, because I'm coming back. I told everybody in the Rotten Apple once, I'll tell them about it again. It's taken me 5 long years to get back here. And no snot-nosed kid like you, Bob Backlund's going to run me out or cut me short. I deserve everything I'm going to get right up here in New York. I deserve everything. And if anybody's got enough guts, if there's a man out there, if there's a wrestler out there alive, Jack, that thinks he can get in the ring with me and stay hole-to-hole with the lariat, let him step forward and put their John Henry on a contract, because that contract's going to be a death contract to you. New York City, get ready. Bob Backlund, get ready. I've done what to Bruno Sammartino. I got him on his downhill course. Now it's your turn, Bob Backlund. You're the world champion for a few short weeks, because I'm coming into town, Jack, and I'm riding 1,000 head of cattle right down 42nd Avenue just to show everybody in New York that Stan Hansen's here to stay. The #1 stud in the country's coming to town. Beautiful man, isn't he? Champion. Beautiful. That's right. Next world champion. My man over here, Stan Hansen, Borger, Texas. What? With the lariat.
Fred Blassie, along with Stan Hansen. Mr. Hansen, very confident, apparently, that he will become the World Wrestling Federation title holder. But speaking of champions, we may now would like to bring on an extraordinary champion, the Intercontinental title holder to my left, Pedro Morales. Pedro, your first title defense, or not the first, but it could be the first and the last, actually, when you meet your opponent, because Sergeant Slaughter is an extraordinary wrestler.
Well, I don't think it's going to be the last one, Vince, because I work hard for this belt, for the Intercontinental title, you know, and I beat one of the strongest men in professional wrestling, Ken Patera, you know, and I'm very proud, and I hope all the beautiful people coming to give me a little support. You know, I go wrestling with the sergeant, and the sergeant is a big
Spanish,
boy.
if you don't mind.
Quiero saludar toda la colonia boricua, a todos los hispanos, hacer una invitación para el Garden, ya que voy a luchar con el Sergeant Slaughter. Por favor, le pido de corazón que vengan y me den el apoyo moral. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Pedro. Pedro Morales defending the Intercontinental title against Sergeant Slaughter. Lou Albano and his Moondogs in the six-man tag team match. And the bad man from Borger, Stan Hansen, opposes Bob Backlund in the main event in Madison Square Garden.